Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's Investment Trends, where we discuss the latest news in the stock market and the economy. So for this week, as of Friday morning, May 2nd, all three major indexes are pointed to weekly gains. The S&P 500 is on its longest winning streak in over 20 years as it continues to project to have another positive return. So far for the week, the S&P 500 was up about 1.4% on the week. The Dow is up 1.6% on the week, and the Nasdaq is up around 1.9% on the week. The Nasdaq earlier this week reclaimed all of its losses that it saw after April 2nd. So April 2nd was the Liberation Day announced by President Trump, where he announced what the tariff rates will be on all of the other countries. We saw a very steep decline in the market the day after that happened, and a lot of choppiness and volatility all throughout April. However, the market has reached levels where it was prior to April 2nd. So once again, very important to remain invested and even use that opportunity to rebalance funds, reallocate things into some positions that might have been down during that time. This week, we saw 4 of the Magnificent 7 stocks report earnings, and 2 of the biggest winners this week were Facebook, or as it's known now by Meta, and also Microsoft. So Microsoft reported a 33% revenue growth in their cloud storage and computing division. Facebook also reported strong gains in their artificial intelligence. So what this means is it seems like the Magnificent 7 stocks that have led the market over the past year, once again, are able to weather the storm, weather the tariff uncertainty, to report a strong earnings report that beat expectations. The other 2 stocks that reported earnings that were notable this week were Apple and Amazon. So these 2 companies fared a little bit less favorable than Microsoft and Meta, as both companies are saying that the tariffs could have an increased cost on their income statement. Also, what they're saying is that it could lead to a decrease in revenue, and the uncertainty around the tariffs is projecting lower guidance for them going forward. So something to keep an eye on would be, how this technology companies, how AI, how some of this cloud computing and cloud storage would be affected by the tariffs. And so far, it seems like they have been able to weather the storm. Also in the news heading into Friday morning, one of the reasons that the stock market was up was really for 2 reasons. One was the jobs report that came out. They added new payrolls of 177,000. This was higher than the expected 133,000, and the unemployment rate stayed right at expected at 4.2%. Also in the news, China announced that they would be open to possibly negotiating with the U.S. if the U.S. first dropped their retaliatory tariffs that they put onto China. So sounds like the window may be opening slightly on the Chinese side, and there may be some negotiations happening over the next couple of weeks with China. So that's what I've got for this week. If you have any questions or any stocks that you see that caught your eye, please leave a comment below.